The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Hey man, I got my dog on here for part two. Last time we had a great conversation, man, and
Oh yeah.
I appreciated that conversation. That's when Diddy was all in the news,
Yeah,
wild,
he
and
was
I'm glad that that's over with. But I don't think it's completely
for
over
real.
with.
Me neither.
But I got my boy Rob, the water guy, man, on the show, man. Y'all
For
go,
real.
y'all go check out his channel. I'm gonna put links in the description to his channel and all of that too, man. So,
I appreciate it.
oh
Thank
yeah,
you, brother.
because the commentary you be giving on there is, I highly appreciate it. I look at all your shows. The
Oh,
the show that you recently did with talking about YSL Woody,
yeah.
I haven't been too tapped in on that case, fam. Like
Um,
It's
it's
big.
big.
I mean, the
The
snitching
snitching
of
of
what he did and how he get out of it is just legendary. It's like to see somebody the success off of people
mm-hmm.
that
that's
snitching is like you never have seen this in history before.
Yeah.
you know, so
It's a crazy time.
Yeah, because he told his side of the story, basically snitching.
mhm.
It is snitching,
Right.
and then became famous
Fame.
and was embraced by social media and the people.
Yeah.
Charles
took him up under the wing too.
Yeah, and celebrated them.
Mm.
And at one point in time, people looked at folks entertaining those type of activities as lame and we gonna hurt you, and now it's being celebrated. It's just a different time, fam. Did you see the hand gestures that Young Thug did in court as of recently?
I
I
didn't
didn't
see it.
just
Where they game related.
I assume that he was calling a hit on YSL Woody. The last time he went on what he was on trial, he was on the stand and or whatever. Thug did the slat, like the wipe a nigga nose thing, and then he did something with his hair, like he throwing up signs, like he was sending signals for somebody to do something to him on the outside world. That's just my assumption from what
Wow.
okay.
I see. That's just my assumption, man. But
Mm.
I brought you on here because I
Okay.
wanted to talk about like a multitude of things. I've been gone from the podcast game for a while, man, for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I have been tuning into your content, man, and trying to get back inspired to be able to talk about topics and some of the things and do it at a real high level. And the first thing that I want to talk about was influencers. Like, who are some of the people on platforms that you look at that's influential or that has a, I don't know, as a grown man, it's hard to be influenced by people, really. To me, now, I don't, but some of the influencers, because when COVID started, everybody wanted to start podcasting.
Yeah.
Everybody was making money talking about real estate, talking about what else was the hot topic? Basically, they was scamming people or whatever.
Yeah. Crypto. Yeah.
Crypto,
A
A
lot
lot
of
of things. Yep.
trucking.
trucking business. People talking about getting into trucking and the box truck boys and all of this old type stuff. And I don't know, fam.
I
I
say
say
the
the influences that
I
I
would
would
say
say
the
the
biggest
biggest
influence.
influence.
I would
I would
say
say
somebody
somebody
like
like
Umar
Umar
Johnson.
Johnson.
Mm,
You know,
Because
because
yeah,
you
he'll
have
have some
thinking
thinking
twice
twice
what
what
they
they
should
should
do.
yeah,
you know,
Who
who they
should
should
be
be
seen out
seen
in
out in
public
public
with.
with.
And
And
that
that
kind
kind
of
of
influence,
influence,
I mean, in my
community,
community, what
what
I
I
witnessed
witnessed
is
is
a
a
big
big
influence on
influence
the
on the
stuff
stuff
that
that
he
he
said.
said.
And
And
it
it
was
was
some
some
brothers
brothers
that
that
have
have
talked to
talked to
me
me
that
that
stepped
stepped
outside
outside
of
of
their
their
race.
race.
They
They
wanted
wanted
to
to
tax
tax
so
so
quick.
quick,
Like,
like
they
they
feel
feel
that
that
other
other
brothers
brothers
like
like
they
they
are
are
lesser
lesser
mm,
because they
because
do
they
that.
do
So
that.
I
So
would
I
say
would say
somebody
somebody
like
like
Dr.
Dr.
Umar,
Umar,
some of
some
these
of these
guys,
guys,
that's
that's
one
one
would
would
come to my mind right now. Somebody
yeah.
like Dr. Umar.
what would you say?
You know, to me, like, I want to say something about. I think that the rise of YouTube and podcast content has killed hip hop. Before I tell you who influenced me, because if you look at somebody will release an album, or artist or whatever, and they'll have 200, 300 streams on a big video or an interview or whatever. Then you'll see a Charleston White, a Dr. Umar, somebody on or Bootsy or somebody on Vlad, but Bootsy a rapper though. But you'll see somebody on Vlad or something, and they'll have more streams than a record.
Right.
You know what I mean? Than somebody's music. So I think that the influencers are more popular than hip hop artists right now, though. But the most influential people to me, or influencer to me, I would say, God, it's hard, man. It's hard for me. I like I forgot buddy name, out of Detroit.
You talking about Antoine?
I like Anton Dan.
I like
Anton. I like him because he's normal. He's a normal guy like us. He's hustling. He dropping 5-6 videos a day. He's staying on his grind, and he doing what he saying he doing. I like people like that. You know what I mean? He ain't too flashy. He ain't really ridiculing people or talking bad about folks. He might be talking bad about voting and all of that old type of stuff in the Democratic Party and Kamala Harris and everything and her policies, but he ain't talking bad about people, and he getting to the bag, man, and I salute Anton Daniels.
Shout out. Yo.
I was watching Earn Your Leisure. You know, they just had the they big shindig they throw in Atlanta all the time.
The rap come through.
Invest Fest. And they was on there talking, and I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip. They said that it's an influencer recession.
Talked about it on me and Ian talked about it on the other show, Blackout. An influencer recession. I definitely feel like it's not over.
Yeah.
But I feel like if COVID was boom time for influencers and podcasts, everybody was just content because everybody's consuming content because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So
true.
But now everybody's back outside, and there has been, I think, too much content being produced, right? Because it's kind of lost its, anything that happens if it gets oversaturated, it's not the same anymore. Sure. It's a little diluted now. So I feel like it's going to be a rough time for like the next probably 2 years. But then I feel like it'll pick back up. But the cream of the crop, if you could survive the drought, then you become an authority in the space. And now, when everybody else is gone, there's only going to be a few that are really leading the charge.
It's about what you're doing, right? Like, why did you start it?
Yeah.
The why is the most important.
The only thing that matters.
Right? Like, why did you do it? So a lot of people that came into it, they wanted to market themselves. They want, like, I'm going to make money inside the space. They weren't consistent when they didn't see the money.
Yeah.
Right? And they didn't see that their brand was growing.
Yeah.
Or they was trying to make themselves grow without having a brand. It's different when you see us, right? We were shot in Troy, but when you walk outside, it's like, let's Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
So the brand grows.
Yes.
Right? When most people don't come in with that mindset, you see them wave it off because they don't have to be consistent. I'll go back to doing this. I'll go back to doing that, when it's like, nah, why'd you come here?
Yeah.
Why'd you want to have a conversation? Why did you want to add a voice to this industry?
Yeah.
Right? When people don't have an answer for it, then you see them phase off. And so,
they're just trying to get some money.
They're trying to get some money. But that's what I say, like, when you do it for the love and you do it with a purpose, then not only are you helping yourself, but like, look around this room.
How many lives you changing?
You changing people's lives. Like, you have a show, but like, somebody's on the soundboard, somebody's doing the camera, somebody's going to edit this.
Yeah.
And majority of the times, they're going to look like us.
Yeah.
So you providing opportunities for those people too. And so, like, I think that grows. I think we start to see bigger productions. The gospel it has a bigger space, right? Earn Your Leisure looks big. Like, we have the warehouse literally on the block now. And more people get employed. I think the people who rise to the top and who've been consistent, I think they continue to grow.
Now, listening to that clip, though, because I have a perspective on that clip, but you hearing that clip, though, Rob, what's your thoughts about what those brothers were saying about there's an influencer recession?
I think what is just a lot of people that don't support. Nipsey Hussle did the best in this sort of America. And a lot of people, it's like a race. They just get tired and tired.
Yeah.
But whoever sustained in that race, you see at at the end of the you're like man, been
Yeah.
that long results just come in.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I agree with that because like when I think about what they was talking about is and the marathon aspect that you're saying, no matter where you start or how many viewers you got or how many people like your stuff or contribute to seeing you evolve, if you continue to stay the course and you continue to keep growing and keep learning and educating yourself, then you'll be able to evolve, you know what I'm saying, and stay in the game and stay relevant in the game and continue to level up things because they write about certain things. Like most people got into podcasts because they seen the money in it from Joe Budden, from academics, from a multitude of people that's doing podcasts now, and the money done dried up. The ads done dried up. Everybody doing it, and I don't want to discourage people from doing it though, but it got to be bigger than the money. It got to be you want to say something or you want to contribute to seeing someone evolve or you want to touch one person with your message, you know what I mean, or 2-3 people with your message of what you're saying and they can learn something from it or gain something from it. But a recession, I don't think it's a recession. I think it's flooded. It's just too much. That's what I think. Personally, it's not a recession. It's just too much, and most of the influencers aren't influential. That's what I think, fam.
Well, it's some people out, right? It is like it's oversaturated, but you can't go and find that you want to learn about and that are willing to speak about it and experience, learn a lot. Especially in something that you've done for a long time.
Okay.
Like you with music and graphics. Sometimes you kind of been for a long time. You can kind of take the principles and stuff that you learned, the struggle that and you can kind of take that thing you ever do and be successful with it. So,
yeah. You got to have some sort of value in multiple areas. Is that what you're saying, fam?
Yeah.
If you have value in multiple areas and experiences from multiple areas, you can bring them along with you, and it can add something to what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, Rob. I agree with that. Let's go ahead and get into another topic though, man. Like, you know, I don't talk about relationship stuff that often, fam. I don't even give a damn about it though.
Yeah.
And I you don't talk about relationship stuff on your podcast or nothing, do you?
No. And if it comes up, I just gotta get the people that they want to hear something that's popular, give a take on it. But I think everybody's relationship is different. So it's hard to be trying to. This ain't football teams, football players. You know, actually people lives and everybody different in the different religions and integrity. So I don't like those people,
Me neither.
relations.
Me neither. I don't neither. And the only thing I do, what I do on my show though, I do talk about what's trending. I give a perspective on what's trending so I can clip it up, you know what I'm saying, and make it give me a few numbers or whatever. Or I give a take where I think people interested in that take though. So when I want to talk about something. I never watched Kevin Samuels videos ever. I never seen one.
Oh wow!
Because it's just like I don't know why. I heard plenty of people talking about him, and it made me want to go. But 30 seconds in, I cut it off. I don't know why. I just wasn't interested.
Mm-hmm.
But the relationship advice is just not something that I'm on, man. I don't know why. And I see that it's viral.
It's oversaturated. I feel like it's an oversaturated career that it is a crisis now. But I mean, relations. But I mean, it's a crisis in the community, and our culture, and a lot of different areas. So we can't. But I feel like it's a way that people can be a coach. They can. Anytime you feel like you're in a position of power,
you can add some value to somebody's life, or you can add some value by talking about your take on their relationship or a relationship, and some people appreciate that though. But I just wanted to intro the clip that I'm about, the viral clip of Cam Newton and the doctor lady. I don't even know her name. You know her name? And she went crazy. She went crazy though. So I'm gonna play the clip, and we're just gonna give a take on the viral clip from the Cam Newton podcast show. And she said, "You are not God.
You being who you are, you attract a certain type of man. Me being who I am, I can take anybody and transform them into who I want them to be. A woman cannot do that.
That's not true.
In most cases.
That's not true.
Okay, she's not willing.
No, I'm saying that no man can take a woman and transform her into what he wants her to be. She came in and is willing to allow you to tell her what you want and she'll submit to those. You're not God, and you're not the potter maker. So your hands ain't on no pot, sweetie, taking a woman and conforming. You just don't have that power. You probably would like to, but you don't have that power. You can take her, like I just said before, with the womanizer and the guy who, me being in your studio, and say, baby, these are the qualifications, and she chooses, which is her free will to never be yours, to hit them points or not. And when she chooses to hit them points, you then choose to keep her or you choose to shake her. Because you can never take water, you can never take water, baby, and make this 7-Up. You can pour it out and fill it back up, but this will never turn to what you wanted. You're not Jesus. You ain't turning water to wine. That's not how it happens. Now, you can't take a woman and make her what you want. You can tell her what you want, and I'm going to give her power back, and she'll choose to be that. But you don't get the power of saying you made her that, whether an entrepreneur or a mother or a wife. She chooses to let you do that by telling you, I'll submit to those orders. There's a difference. Now, with the man, a high-valued woman can do the same thing with the man. Baby, you want to be here? This is the qualifications. This is what I need, the prerequisites. He can say yes, or he can say no. Either way. But if he chooses to do that, then that's his choice, and she got what she wanted. It's all about conduciveness. Is it conducive or not? Right. However, we don't potter nobody. And that's where the disconnect comes in at, with people who are high valued but low functioning.
But I don't want
Hold on. High value but low functioning. The high value, low functioning. I'm going to say it again. Y'all stick with me. High value, low functioning thinks the high value can attract the low functioning, and the low functioning and that high value person thinks they can potter the low functioning and mold them to be what they want. It don't work.
To me, fam, now, from the jump, I don't know why I'm so, like, I like the things that was said, but it's weird. From the jump, Cam Newton saying that because of who he is, he can mold a woman to be what he want them to be. I don't understand that thought process. Hell, am I lame for that? For not being able to turn somebody into what I want to turn them into? Create a woman.
You know what? Now let me tell you something. These NFL players, they run across a lot of caliber that regular men don't cross. So their experience, it matters. We need to understand what we mean by that. But for people who are into the real world, we understand that the money is not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna you're gonna go, and it's gonna make you feel. This is why it's a lot of that situation go a lot of athletes not they have to win the world. How do you got that could have just performed She did everything. She did it.
The money don't make you like I don't know like when that's why I talked about Kevin Samuels at first.
Right.
Like this shit where people calling people high value because they got a little bit of paper. Everybody's perspective of value is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even men, women perspective is different. What you value, I might not value. You know what I'm saying? So I get her point, and we're gonna keep it moving from this too, because I ain't no relationship expert. I don't even give a damn about no relationships. But she got a point. You can't create a person. Now you can control a person with some money as long as they allow you to do it. But blah.
Money only lasts so long. You know, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get somebody to pick you around. You gotta hit a level for you to understand who's really down, and that's what's gonna really happen. Sure, Cam experience in his life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he understands the power of the dollar. But it's the woman behind that you're talking about too. Is not the quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you an NFL player or a star, you know women that's trying to trap you and trying to get you into, because of your success and your money, you gotta get your mindset of when you your interaction with women than somebody a regular.
I agree with that. I agree. Me, I would if I had that type of bread, man, and I wasn't who I am today, and I wasn't married, I wouldn't make no commitments, man. I wouldn't be able to commit to nobody. I just have fun because I wouldn't think people would be looking out for my best interest. I would assume that they ain't looking out for my best interest until they show me that they looking out for my best interest, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
and money ain't gonna do that. It's the opposite. You gotta figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the total opposite. When you don't got no bread,
right?
Both of y'all ain't got no bread. Y'all know what y'all want from each other. Y'all want each other because you ain't got nothing. Now, when you got something and somebody else don't got something, that person is trying to create you into what they want you to be because they looking at you as an investment, and then the person who don't got nothing is trying to get something, and then once they get used to it, they're going to start acting a fool because it's familiar with them now.
It's so familiar.
They familiar with it now. So
like a drug.
Yeah. So, man, we're going to get on into, I want to talk, because you went to a game today, didn't you?
I didn't actually go to the real football game. I went to a lot of people watch the game.
Okay. Y'all watch the Gators and the Hurricanes? That's what y'all
Gators and the Hurricanes, man. Big.
Who your squad, fam? That's what I needed.
I'm a you will, man. I'm you will all the way, man.
You had a damn good day then. That's all I'm
saying. Yeah, I had a good day.
You had a good day. They beat the brakes off the Gators at Florida.
At Florida.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of. Yeah. And what's going on, Truth Be Told podcast, man? Salute, man. Truth Be Told. Call into the show if y'all want to interact with any of the conversation that we having too, man. I appreciate it, fam. But the Gators, y'all had a good game in Florida, man. Florida usually be more competitive than that, though. But y'all Miami boys handed it to them now.
I think this could be really bring back that 290 early years.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of what you got.
You know, me, man. I love football. I come from my hometown, Knoxville.
Right. Okay.
Tennessee, it runs deep in my blood, boy. We beat the brakes off of school today. 69-3, beat the brakes off of Tennessee, though. But for some reason, just because it's the first week, I'm all excited and hyped up about football and all of that, though. But I ain't that invested in football. As I get older now, I ain't even invested in it like that no more.
You're right. Not the same as it was. Like this is the first time in a minute where, but it's a more social event.
Yeah.
But to just go through a whole game, you know what I mean, and just be there for the whole game. Like we living in a time now where you can watch a game in 20 minutes.
10 minutes on YouTube
after
it's over with.
After it's over with.
And continue to do what you got. You do what you want and continue to do what you got. Whatever you got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I remember back living in a college town. I used to go buy 5-pound bags of wings. Go have a $200-$300 jersey on. Sit in front of the TV for 8 hours and waste 8 hours of my life if I wasn't at the game. Waste.
I remember days too. I can't see them do it.
We can't get that time back no more, fam.
No.
I don't know what it is about that though, but I don't know why I spoke about that, but salute to college football. Salute to the people invested in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They get paid. You know.
Yeah. We ain't getting no check. I ain't getting ready to spend no $1,000 every Saturday just so I can root for a team that ain't giving me no money. Yeah, that's weird. Let's go on to the next topic, fam.
Yeah, man.
Before I play this topic, I want to ask you the question about it though. You in Florida,
right?
Did y'all listen to 3-6 Mafia?
We listened to 3-6 Mafia, and I remember being in middle school, and it was 3-6 like that was all. You know who was really in Florida? It was like the white boys.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, the white boys. I remember like it was just real heavy. 3-6.
They was on that 3-6 heavy. Yeah. Yo, so you said it was middle school because 3-6 they have been broke up since 2000 or something like that. 2000, 2003. I don't know the last album they put out, but it's been a long time though.
Dang.
But we talking about influential and influences and all of that. How, like, where do they rank as a group to you as influential groups in the South? I know you down there. You gotta say Uncle Luke now, 2 Live Crew, 8 Ball MJG, UGK, Outkast. Who else?
Oh man, I got a 3-6 above 8 Ball MJG.
Okay.
But 8 Ball MJG was guys. 3-6. They was in the streets, man.
Yeah.
Man, you couldn't. Them beats, man. I was always expecting. I was so ready to hear another 3-6 Mafia beat. It was the beats for me.
They was that. Now that's the days when we used to value the trunk router.
Yeah, we took it to another level. Yeah. They started like crunk music.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So I mean, we was high on 3-6 at the world. It wasn't just Tennessee.
Yeah,
that's a legendary move.
Okay. I just wanted to see because you know what I mean. We from 2 totally different places and
right. Well, that's your question. What about your daddy, dog? Down here.
He that nigga now.
Yeah.
Daddy that nigga everywhere in the South.
Right.
I would say the South though. I wouldn't say nationwide because it resonated with us seeing somebody that resembled us, that represented us, and he didn't care. He just didn't give a damn. And he drove the candy cars. He had the braids.
Yeah.
He spoke the language that the people spoke.
Right.
Trick Daddy was the dude that you seen on every corner in the South, and he could rap his ass off.
Mm-hmm.
To me, but he the man. He the man in Florida.
He's the man in Florida. He's the man, bro. He may take my money on the loop, but Trick Daddy is that guy. He's the legend, Mike.
Okay, over Ross now. Ross make the best music to me, but he's not authentic.
But he got a lot more people that's not fully like you know, look at what he say and do. He got more haters Trick Daddy is more solid. You ain't gonna see too many people
say nothing negative about Trick.
Yeah, you really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now the reason I asked you that question about 3 6 because I seen Juicy J on Wiz Khalifa's platform recently, because Wiz Khalifa just created a podcast. You know, podcasts like mixtapes now. Everybody got one.
Everybody.
Yeah. But this is what he said on there. You know, I'm clip god, so I keep me a clip. This is what he said on Wiz Khalifa's platform.
As an OG, do you pay attention to the new trends, and do you feel like you got to keep up with them?
Well, I feel like the new trends is the old trends, like 3 6 Mafia, because everybody is sampling 3 6 Mafia. So I'm already in the, you know what I'm saying? Because we started the trend, so on some real 5 to 6 samples a day. I get paid off pretty much every song, like 90% of the songs that's out right now. So, but it's a blessing though, you know. I love when people sample, you know. I just approve. Every time I get that email, I approve. So I feel like I don't really have to adapt to the trends, because all the music sounds like, and the flows from the old 3 6 Mafia days, which I love. So I just keep doing what I've been doing. You know?
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Now we talked about how influential they was, how the beats was pounding and all of that. He said he clears 5 to 6, 7 samples a day. And also the man said that 90% of the records that's out today that he's getting paid from. Does that sound a little excessive, or do you think that sound that they created back then is resonating with the youth now and they just copying the swag?
I'm telling you, I remember, I think that beat was legendary, man. I don't know. It was the crowd of music, like you said, man. If you want, I really get my first box Chevy. It was a white box Chevy. I put 12. First.
What kind of 12s? Hold on, we got to slow down. Slow down. What kind of 12s, bro?
What's the 12s? I want to say
Pioneer Premiers, Kickers.
I think it was Kicker. My first one was Kicker.
Okay, with the Kicker down.
With the M. Was whatever it was. I remember the first CD that I was playing with that 3 6. I know I wanted that sound. I wanted to hear how that rap.
Yeah, you wanted that wow.
I already know, man. That sound. They had to go through. They had to go through 3 6.
They had to go through 3 6 Mafia back in them days. I remember that song, "Dump All His Body Parts Into My Trunk."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the trunk. That's the name of that song when they was talking about dumping. That song used to just, it was just one bass line the whole way through. Oh, my tag fell off my car one time playing that. It was beating so loud though. But what he said though is that he getting paid from 90% of the songs that's out today, fam. Is that excessive though, fam?
Hey, good. But to hear, to understand it, you did that early, you did that beat, that sound that we got for the first time, and you know you hear it. Like I heard it, that Drake made a song with Memphis. What was that dude's name? Mr. Rap Live.
I know you talking about buddy JB Block Boy song.
JB Block Boy.
Yeah.
In that bass. If you hear like I'm starting to hear it in Tennessee.
Irving Glorilla song.
Yep.
Irving Megan Thee Stallion song. What's the new buddy out now that rap kind of slow? Something finesse. And then no stretch.
Boss Man D-Lo.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's that bass line. So
yeah.
I don't know. Juicy J is back to influential. He's an influential producer that I don't think gets enough credit that he deserves.
No, he gets credit for what he's saying. He gets checked. He don't credit.
Hell no, you don't need no credit. If he clearing 5 or 6 samples a day and he 90% of the rappers cutting a check, he don't need nobody vouching for what he doing. It's showing. Real talk. Let's get into something else then, man. We was gonna talk about the Dame Dash. I want to keep it in hip hop before we go to the Dame Dash. Keep it because you said this was the top influencer to you. This guy. This is what you said at the top of the show. This guy's the top influencer. And he had this to say about hip hop as of recently.
The worst thing you can do with your family, the worst thing we can do with black people is invite everybody to the table at the same time. That's a recipe for disaster. Get the ones who want to win and get the ones who ain't necessarily concerned later.
Right.
Problem we make in Black America with our families and with our communities, we assume everybody has the same level of commitment to our struggle. And we know that ain't the truth. Why are you starting with people who got little concern? Get the ones who got big concern. I'd rather have 3 people who I know are ride or die than 3,000 who I know I can't trust.
Right.
With your second question, which is another good question, which I think is something that we ain't dealt with enough. And that is this tendency for black people, black men in particular, to elevate their loyalty to the hood above their loyalty to black folks. You see this in the hip hop community.
True.
Where you see hip hop artists basically saying, without saying it, because they didn't want to go too far, I'm loyal to hip hop. I ain't loyal to black people. You almost feel it. You almost feel it, right? Like, yeah, we might kill and talk about shooting and sexing the women, but that's what hip hop is. Okay, but it's negatively impacting the community.
I'm gonna let you go first to whatever was said. I just I'm gonna let you go first. I've been talking too much already.
No. Listen, what he said with the influences, and like I said, he wants top influences for blacks because he know how to hit points. Not everything he's saying, I totally agree with, but I understand. I understand where he comes from and what why this affects him, why it affects all of us. He's just trying to find his way to explain everybody the reason why we should come together. That's I really feel like his real motive. Yeah. But I agree with what you're saying with this. You know, if you look at history and you look at what have happened to black people, you know, I take people to look at. It was a guy in Chicago that got killed by the FBI. Hoover. Hoover was against. You would see that they used a lot of people to black people.
Yeah.
So I don't like people say, you know, when black people stuff to each other and they just put it on us when they don't know that it's kind of been a cycle. You know, history of people is a cycle of always using us to destroy us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just my
I presented this book that I just read, and it just so happened to be on the table again. I just interviewed the vice mayor of my hometown, Gwen McKenzie, and I showed her this book. This is the last book I read, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. Now, what it's talking about in that book is that we're dealing with trauma. Is you can get trauma from your parents, from your grandparents. That trauma transfers through birth, and we still dealing with some of the traumas that the people that were slaves had to witness and deal with. I don't know if I believe that or not. That you can transfer traumas from birthing people, like people traumas from the 1800s going to affect people to the year 3000. I don't know if I believe that, but that's what that book talks about. And why it talks about that is because we do the same things that we did back then today. You know what I'm saying? We don't unify and come together for an agenda that can evolve us all. You know what I'm saying? And hip hop, to me, I create hip hop. I love hip hop. I speak the language. I've indulged in the activities that the language that you have to indulge in to be able to speak the language. But I don't think that it's helping nobody though. I don't think that we unify. Yeah, hip hop ain't shit really, man. To be honest, I would say me the Jewish guys, the white guys with all the money,
Right.
the
Right.
record labels. I think we sold it years ago.
Right. So if black people own hip hop, how would you think it would be? What would you think it was?
I think we are creators. I don't think that we capitalize off of what we create as black people. No, and we never have. Off of nothing we created. We created almost everything.
That makes it systematic. Right. I mean, I get what you're saying, and that makes it systematic. You know, it makes something to that.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It don't make sense, to all the black people that created think that we don't have teaching creators. We're not.
But it is systematic. But we sell everything we created before the value explodes to its peak of what it's really worth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I seen in the Olympics, they was doing hot damn break dancing for medals, and it wasn't no black people in there. It was Australians, Puerto Ricans, and all kind of shit in there. And that's a skill that we obtained on the block, just doing it for fun. Right, and we didn't even get nothing out of it. Now it's in the Olympics, and people can be noticed from it, get medals from it, and change their life from something that we just created on the block, fam. So I agree with Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is not, you know what I'm saying, of no type of value to the community. And to be honest, though, I say this multiple times, though, I don't even know if we do have a community as black people by the definition of community. Because a community, the reason I say that is because a community, it has a place where the people can go get health care, the people can go to a hospital, the people of that community own the bank. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no community like that, I don't think. If we do, somebody tell me.
I mean, because we don't know the value of somebody that's money off our community. Florida, even in Florida, we see different nationalities that own the store. So we gotta understand that poor community is lucrative to a lot of people. Because poor people got a different mindset than people who are better off. It was their money willing without that much care than people who have more.
Or more of a structural way to spend their money. Because you talked about Nipsey earlier, and you just said something that made me think about him by saying people have more resources and things like those races and stuff on spending their money. Nipsey, do you remember when he had his all money in campaign? That's all money in, no money out.
I love it, bro. I love it. You can't get in there.
That's the only way you're gonna be able to obtain wealth, if you put all the money in and the money don't resource out. So if Rob got a restaurant, I'm eating at Rob restaurant. If I got a clothing store, you buying the clothes from me. If the homie down the street own the gas station, we have to all money in, no money out, no matter what it is. If it's a necessity, a sandwich shop or whatever, we just got to support each other, though. But man, I don't even know what it is that causes us to dislike each other or hate each other, and not want to support each other. And then when we see one of our own come up, we want to hinder them or hurt them, though, fam. That was a good clip right there. That was the best clip so far.
Yeah. Good clip.
Yeah.
That was good. I just want to understand that it ain't. We got the Willie Lynch, the Jim Crow area. We gotta really understand, like you're talking about trauma behind these people. I don't know if it's trauma, but I know it's dysfunction in the community. That's I can't say that it all generated, but I can say that it's related. You get what I'm saying? We can't just say these are the people that's in a poor situation right now, and just because they doing stupid stuff. I just put it all on them. I think that you said with influence. This is what we're talking about. You influence people, and you got an influence, and you got control over it. We're seeing the results of that right now.
Ooh, because influence ain't just successful, positive. It's not just lifting somebody up. Influence can be negative, the dumb shit. It can be shoot 'em up, you know what I'm saying? Pop something, and it could be the way people wear clothes. Influence, it could be different things. When I think of influence, I try to think of influence in a way that's gonna lift me up. But that's not how all people perceive influence to be, though.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you listen if there's no good? Do you feel like movies, how Hollywood portrayed black people is good for black people in the community?
No, I don't. I don't like Medea, none of that. I don't like all the homosexual movies. I don't like when I look at a black movie every 20 minutes somebody getting poked. I don't like all that over sexualized stuff. I don't like the women rappers being even women rappers too. I don't like that. All of them, they only have to start off sexual. They become sexual after so long. But back to the movies, I don't like how we are portrayed, and I didn't like for so long how all the movies was about slavery and all of that. It's more to us than slavery. We existed before slavery, and we exist and do things other than being slaves after slavery, fam. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy.
For real.
But, I don't like the movies, man. I don't like the Medea movies and all of that. Dude done made almost he probably have made $1 billion off of that, though. I ain't saying that he can't do it or whatever, and his platform shouldn't exist though. But I think people should just know what it is. Do you watch scary movies, Rob?
Man, I don't even watch movies. I ain't gonna lie.
At time.
Yeah, I mean, last movie I did watch a movie, man. I think it was Ice Cube in NW.
Damn, straight out of Compton.
Yeah,
you ain't watched a movie in a long time. But
yeah.
But I asked you about scary movies because I don't watch scary movies because I don't want to internalize the dumb shit when I go to sleep. Like,
right.
When I go to sleep, if I watch a scary movie, I'll be in that motherfucker while I'm asleep.
Wow.
I'll go to sleep and then I'll be in the movie. Is that some weird shit, fam?
Yeah. The computer. Yeah, yes. I mean, that's the stick of mud. I remember when I used to watch movies. I used to remember just having dreams, man. What I watch, I'm trying to be more, you know, if I don't want to just be putting anything in there that I don't know.
You know, put in your mind and your. I don't know if people realize how powerful, like. And people know. I'm just gonna speak to it. People know. We just, you know what I'm saying? We can have knowledge, but we got to be able to use the knowledge. People know that they shouldn't have certain individuals around them. You know what I'm saying? That's on a low frequency and ain't gonna help them to get to where they want to go to. People know they shouldn't be watching the type of shit that they watching and wasting the time watching what they watching, but they want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Folk know what they should be doing, but we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all I gotta say to that, fam. That's all I gotta say to that. I'm gonna get the last topic up because it's going up on an hour, the Dame Dash thing. And I haven't never did one of these live, so if my mic mute, I don't know how I can read it. So if I can't read it, and I'm gonna see can you see this? Oh no, my mic ain't mute. I can read it. So, you made a video recently about Dame Dash, and I commented on that video. Having to sell his portion of Reasonable Doubt. Him talking about giving people chains and all of that if they purchases over $10 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's some more stuff that done came out about Dame Dash? Having to sell his portion.
And it's like almost the same amount. You know, he's been telling people that broke, but he broke because the investors was green. You know, from a public standpoint, public relations not looking good for Dash. I respect what he did. This is common for our like me. Normal time we have success in that end of our careers. We're not like other races where we're at the best financial time of their lives.
The end of our careers, we fall off.
Yeah.
I just seen Benny Siegel. He got a food truck now. He a platinum rapper.
Yeah.
You seen that?
I mean, it's what it is. It's what it is. Our culture being black men, it's like it's set up for you to
fail.
Well,
it shouldn't have to be though. There's some people that don't fail like me. I look at my life, fam.
Right.
I ain't try. This is not a brag or none of that. I look at my life. I was at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom.
Right.
In the sewer, nigga. I was a ninja turtle. I was down there in the sewer. And my life has evolved and I'm going up.
Right.
And I see people that was 18 and they was up. And as they got older, they fell. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's weird how life operate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. But sometimes your ideas and your personality don't get embraced at first. And then you evolve. Or sometimes when you're young, you get embraced and then people stop embracing you and you decline. And that seems like that's what's happening with a lot of people. Me looking at the Dame Dash situation. But I'm going to go ahead and start reading the clips because Billboard put out something about the situation. And I'm going to just read the clips to you and to the people that's listening and watching the podcast, and we're going to chop it up. And I see y'all watching, man. I see it's a few people watching. It's 2 people on YouTube, 14 people on X, and 2 people on Facebook, man. Call in, man. Y'all see the number right there up under my screen. If y'all heard any of these topics, call in to the show and chop it up with the boys, man. But let me get to reading. A court-ordered auction of Dame Dash's 1/3 stake in Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records has been postponed for at least 3 weeks. Court documents show and the minimum price for the sale will be more than doubled to help cover Dame Dash's massive unpaid tax and child support debt. The auction, in which the U.S. Marshals Service will sell off Dame Dash 33% interest in the storied record company, had been set to be held Thursday. But in order Tuesday, a federal judge granted a motion to extend the deadline for the event to September the 21st. Now let's listen to the rest of the clips. The delay will give more time to sort out who will get paid first from the proceeds. The auction was originally intended to pay off a $823,000 judgment against Dash, won by movie producer Josh Weber in a civil lawsuit over a failed film partnership. But New York City has jumped into the case to demand more than $193,000 in unpaid child support, and New York State later claimed that the auction must also help pay down more than $8.7 million Dame Dash owes in back taxes. Damn, fam. Hold up before I read the last one. How can you get to a point where you owe $8.7 million in back taxes, fam?
Well, they get an interest, man. So he probably half that out. He'll settle the deal, but
so when you owe taxes, and salute to Dexter for watching the show. Salute to you, my guy. Salute. Call in if you want to, fam, and chop it up with us, man. But I didn't know that. Put me up on game, fam. So if you was to owe taxes and you had to pay or make payments or whatever, it's an interest on it?
Yes, on it. So he'll make you can make payments, monthly payments, but it's still at interest. So let's say $100,000 and you got 8% interest. It don't matter. It turns that into daily. So it's like you gotta pay a good sum. At least you gotta beat interest. But they got some programs you can cancel down interest. They'll try to beat where you can, sell stuff like that.
That's interesting, though. I didn't know that you would have to pay interest on taxes. That's something that I think everybody should make themselves aware of, because people will come into money at one point in time in their life, fam. And then when you come into money at one point of time, it's he said the podcast echoing a lot. I can't even hear it. But if you come into money one point in time in your life, you got to be prepared to pay taxes, like and most of the time when people come into money, it's not from a job, neither. It's from something that they done independently.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something they done independently. Let me read the third clip, fam. Under the agreement, the minimum bid for Dash's stake will be increased from 1.2 million to 3 million. New York City will get the first dibs at that money, taking at least $193,000 to cover the money Dash owes in child support. That will be followed by 1.7 million going to the state to cover part of the massive tax bill, followed by the original $823,000 in legal damages owed to Weber. After other civil litigants are paid smaller sums, the remainder of the tax bill, roughly $7 million, will be paid to New York State. If anything is left, it will go to Dash himself. Other issues remain to be ironed out. New York City is still seeking an additional deposit of nearly $70,000 more from Dash to cover ongoing child support payments in the future. And wants any payouts from the auction paused until a judge decides the issue. Brown has opposed the motion, and a hearing before the judge to decide the issue is set for next month. I got something I want to say about that too, though, fam, because I know some stuff about the music industry that a lot of people might not know, or they might not. I know, fam. I might not know or might not be aware of. But what I want to say is that ain't nobody gonna pay $10 million for his 33% of Reasonable Doubt. It's gonna revert back to Jay-Z.
I mean, if you were anything can be sold, we don't know the value, but the sales pitch. My thing was, when you trying to sell something, you talk about the negatives about it, it's not a good look. You have to tell me the benefits. Just speak to me about the positive. When I got to know about that negative in my mind, I'm already going to turn off. I think he should have had somebody that helped him better deliver a good product, a good sales for that. And I just think went about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He should have had a PR team or somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah, a public relations team. It's just him by himself. And it ain't even him trying to sell it. I never thought that he was trying to sell it. It's New York forcing him to sell it because he owes so much money, but only a fool would buy it, fam. Because as an artist, your creativity reverts back to you no matter who owns it after 35 years. A lot of people don't know that. Like if you're a rapper, a singer, or whatever, and you release something that's in your name and you are the creator of it, it reverts back to you in complete ownership after 35 years. That's why some people wait. They don't buy their catalog back because it's automatically going to revert back to them. People should Google that so they could get an understanding of it if you are a creator. That's like if we do these podcasts, fam, and we sell it to what's some podcast platform? A Black Excellence or whatever by Charlemagne. Or we sell it to
Rumble,
Spotify, or whatever. The interest of what we created is going to revert back to us. So they got 35 years to make as much money off of it as they can. And they should have made some money after 35 years. Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. 35 years. Like, they've been alive that long to even be able to get it back. So it'll be 35 years since Reasonable Doubt was released here soon.
Right.
I don't want to hold it for 4 to 5 years for $10 million and expect to make 50, 100, or make something off of it. I don't know if that's enough time for me to make profit off of it. Somebody else might know, but 10 million.
I think when you come back on that anniversary, we already had like the 20-year anniversary, so it's coming in at 30.
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, You're not on no anniversary run. You can probably milk out a good financial gain. I just don't see. So I'm with you. I don't see anybody buying it, but like, look, there's people that buy money on all type of things that have no value to a lot of people. To them, value. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying clear, fam. I get what you're saying clear. It could be. I know Jay-Z is going. I think during this auction, Jay-Z is just going to attain the rights to it. It's just gonna be that simple.
Definitely right.
Yeah, he gonna get it no matter what it go for.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? And Dame Dash gonna be left with $700 or something after a $10 million sale. Oh, that's crazy to think about how up he was and how up they was and how good they looked as a team around the Rockefeller era, the Rockawire era. Back when the Big Pimpin' and all of that was out, Blueprint had just dropped. They looked like a dynamite, like a dominant force to be reckoned with in the music industry, not just rap, in the music industry. And to see a lot of those brothers, you know what I'm saying, not being disrespectful to Benny Siegel, because I like Benny Siegel, and him now working out of his own food truck. Dame Dash on a 10-piece. 10 million in taxes, fam. And you just gave me the game on it being able to, you know what I'm saying, go up and up and up if you ain't making payments on it, man. That's just a wild situation, man. And I'm done, fam. I ain't got nothing else to say. Most influencers aren't influential.
No.
That's all I gotta say, fam.
Hey. Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Johnson. I mean, he giving you. I don't agree with everything he's saying, but for the most part, man, he'll get some real sauce.
That's true. He the one kicked the podcast up a little bit, man. We was 30 minutes in. We talked about that topic for about 20 minutes. That one topic, fam.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you though, Rob.
Man, I appreciate you too. Always looking for your content. Glad you, man.
Thank you, fam. We're gonna do it again too.
We're gonna do it again. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna keep that, bro.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
The Trevor